Can someone tell me something? Did the writers who usually create Monday Night Raw be switched over to SmackDown Live in this quote-unquote new era? Because tonight's show was just awful. Outside of like 20 minutes of a Rey Mysterio and Andrade seeing almost, Andrade match, because WWE and Vince McMahon decided that Cien Almas was not worthy of TV anymore, so Andrade Cien Almas is just Andrade now. Outside of that 20 minutes of a 2-hour show, this SmackDown Live was awful. I honestly felt like I was watching a Monday Night Raw show. And WWE, in all of their desperation to show you that we are afraid that AEW is going to kill us, which they're not going to, but like we're afraid of the AEW, let's bring back Attitude Era type material. Last night with Alexa Bliss being kind of her top half off, and was getting ready for her moment of bliss, you had some joker, some clown come in, knock on her door and give her a latte, but that, and another thing is that hit over 2.3 million views within the first day of its viewing. I'm sure it's going to rise as we go. So, there's a reason for that happening. It's at 2.4 million views as I look at it right now. And then tonight, we continue on this Mandy Rose trying to destroy the psyche of Naomi by sending and flirting with Jimmy Uso, her husband, and that ended up in a hotel scene tonight with those two, with eventually Mandy Rose and Naomi going to blows. Don't really care, not shit that I want to see, but it's WWE wanting to get their ratings back. It's all about the ratings, even though people want to say it's not. Scenes like that last night and tonight just show you otherwise. We had pretty much, like I said, one match that mattered. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan got into a little bit of brawl. And the final 20 minutes of the show was consumed by Shane McMahon's birthday celebration by The Miz. Shane O'Mac's birthday celebration. I'm not going to go over it. It's just 15. It went 15 minutes, and then Miz and Sheamus ended up in a 5-minute nobody cares match. So the last 20 minutes of the show were wasted, and we wonder why the match between Andrade Cien Almas and Rey Mysterio did not close this show. It just makes no sense to me, and don't tell me it's because they need to push the tag team championships, because those tag team titles have been really, like, the tag team wrestling in WWE is irrelevant. The show started off with Becky Lynch arriving in a van, and there's a bunch of Becky Lynch chants. Like last night, tonight we saw Lacey Evans, Nikki Cross, we saw Heavy Machinery, and EC3 in backstage segments. We didn't actually have a match for any of the new superstars. No Lars Sullivan still. He's not even been mentioned lately, so I don't know what's going on with Lars Sullivan. Hopefully we'll have some information on him when we get to Unscripted this weekend, but nothing on Lars Sullivan. Becky Lynch down some Heavy Machinery's epic protein shake.
To arrive. Last week you earned the right to face Asuka at the Royal Rumble for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and the question on everybody's mind is, do you really believe that you are ready for Asuka?
You've been waiting to ask me that? I think you know the answer, but I'll go answer it in the ring. Good catch.
Toss is OP. So we have the New Day with a pile of pancakes, which I thought they were getting rid of those because doctor's orders, but that obviously isn't happening. Otis and Tucker Marion. Tucker is taking a big canister of protein shake and just dumping it into this blender. There were a couple pancakes in there, some kind of meat thing, a couple of eggs with the shell, mind you. Biggie, for whatever reason, is running his stomach. And then Becky Lynch just shows up and grabs the shake. Becky Lynch is just one of the best things on WWE TV. And that little segment, I just had a laugh about it. The fact that she comes up, always puts protein shake, pancakes, some kind of meat supplement in there. I don't know what that was. Shells, eggs in their shells, mixes she takes a drink and is like, it's kind of weak, and walks off. And they're all just like, she's the man. Like, Becky Lynch just makes SmackDown Live a lot much better, but she couldn't save this show. Not even a Rey Mysterio and Andrade and Almas match that won 20 minutes could save this show. But then we get Becky Lynch going to the ring. She was on her way into gorilla position, and she comes out to talk about her match a week from Sunday at the Royal Rumble.
To last year's WrestleMania. Indestructible. Unbeatable. If you were to believe her hype.
I want you to just listen to this, and not just her promo. Listen to the crowd. Listen to the crowd behind her as she's talking.
And yet, she lost. Not only did she lose, but it shook her to her core and she fell off the radar. And yet Asuka talks about hype. But she, the invincible Asuka, couldn't beat once the woman that I've beaten around the world 5 months in a row. And yet Asuka asks if I'm ready for her? After Royal Rumble.
Now, they didn't have her, like, the crowd reacting, but you do just hear, and you're thinking, oh, this crowd is dead or something. No. When Becky puts the mic to her lip, everybody in the arena just shuts up, and it's like, she has that kind of aura in WWE that when she speaks, you shut up and you listen. That's just like, you can just see it from Becky Lynch, and it's like, wow, when was the last time a man or a woman actually had the crowd quiet? It's like, shh, Becky's talking. When was the last time you had somebody, like the entire crowd, they were in Birmingham, Alabama tonight. When was the last time the crowd actually was quiet when a superstar was speaking? Thing of beauty. Thing of beauty.
You will not be in Charlotte's shadow. You will be in mine!
You won't be in Charlotte's shadow, you'll be in mine.
And for some reason, I don't know why, they've been absolutely irrelevant. We had Peyton Royce and Billie Kay of the Iconics show up to ruin SmackDown Live from the get-go.
Scary faces. Ooh. Making threats. I mean, where's the dignity? Where's the class? Oh, you think Asuka's bad? How about that bully Becky? You see the way she treated Kayla like a valet? Oof. Very bossy. Oh, bossy Becky. Typical behavior from a man. Because it doesn't matter if Becky or Asuka wins their match at Royal Rumble, because we are going to win the Women's Royal Rumble match! And then we will become the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions!
Are you ready to be the first eliminated?
Buzz is about. I will show you why I'm the talk of this industry. Which one of you wants to step in the ring right now? The man will make an example right here in Birmingham, Alabama.
The man just issued a challenge.
So we go to commercial break and we come back, and it's Peyton Royce versus Becky Lynch. And after this match, of course, Becky Lynch, Asuka went against Billie Kay, and Asuka murdered Billie Kay completely, beat her in like 2 minutes. Peyton Royce, though, actually made Becky Lynch struggle. Becky Lynch, of course, came out in not her wrestling gear. She was in jeans and a tank top, took her jacket off, and wrestled in jeans and a tank top. But the fact that they made Becky Lynch struggle with Peyton Royce, and then Billie Kay comes in and takes on Asuka, and Asuka just murders her right away, kind of, it doesn't sit right with me. During the match with Peyton Royce, though, we did see Lacey Evans in the back watching the match from the monitor, like everyone else does, poorly. But we did have Peyton Royce. I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch won this match, but I had to use the bathroom at the time, so really didn't care. It was kind of irrelevant. Asuka, of course, beat Billie Kay in absolutely no time. After the match, Becky Lynch and Asuka do a stare down in the middle of the ring. All of a sudden, AJ Styles' music hits. He comes out and walks around the ring, walks up to the concourse, and we go to commercial break. And then we have AJ Styles with a promo, and then Daniel Bryan would interrupt him.
Arizona, when they see me kick Daniel Bryan's ass at the Royal Rumble. He's gonna run, so I'm saying celebrate.
So he goes over to a merchandise stand and starts selling shirts and gloves. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes Daniel Bryan in a sweater and a hood. Comes out and just blasts AJ Styles, and they start to brawl.
Daniel Bryan, WWE champion, the new Daniel Bryan, throwing down with AJ Styles in the concourse area. Ambushed Styles. Bryan took offense to what Styles was saying.
They fight over to where the concession piece was.
Made a mockery of AJ Styles.
And then through the hot dogs, Daniel Bryan goes.
There is so much disdain between.
And then they brawl for a little bit more. It was funny because one of the security guys who was supposed to try and break these guys up actually slipped and fell on his ass, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Then we had a match. We were supposed to have a match that I was looking forward to, which was Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali. This match did not happen because Samoa Joe blindsides Mustafa Ali before the match and then takes him out of the ring, throws him face first into the LED ring post, not once but two of them, and then throws him into the barricade off on the other opposite side of the ring. So Mustafa Ali was destroyed and a victim of one Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe said this is his first Royal Rumble in the back and that he is going to win and that everybody else is put on notice, practically. Then we had what was, I guess, the main event of the show for matches. Andrade versus Rey Mysterio. This was anything that I do, anything I say, or anybody else says for this match will not do this match justice. This match is something, if you have not seen it, you need to go see. This match was one hell of a match, and I would suggest anybody who is a fan of either one of these guys, watch this match as soon as you can. If you have DVR, go on the DVR and get this match watched, because this match was probably going to be the best match we see on SmackDown Live for 2019. It might even be the best match we see for 2019 for the main roster on Raw or SmackDown. I don't say pay. If I was to do a top 10 list for SmackDown and Raw matches, this would be number one probably for the foreseeable future, because these two put on one of the best matches I've seen on SmackDown in the SmackDown Live era. Mysterio manages to take Andrade over with a snapping arm drag. Mysterio and Andrade try to feel each other out. This match also, from the start, did not feel like a WWE match. It felt like they were starting off and going back to the Lucha Libre days, because this match was just start to finish one of the best matches out there, and it just felt like this was done differently, this was booked differently. This wasn't a match you were going to see on regular WWE television anytime soon. Neither man can take the advantage. Mysterio puts Andrade in a side headlock. Andrade keeps trying to get out of the headlock, but each time Mysterio gets right back to the headlock. Andrade kicks Mysterio in the gut. Andrade puts Mysterio in a hammerlock. Looks to get the hammerlock DDT, but Mysterio gets out. Mysterio tries to roll out of it, but Andrade holds on. Mysterio walks the ropes and takes Andrade over with the head scissors. Mysterio sets up for the 619, but Andrade Cien ducks and rolls up Mysterio, and Mysterio kicks out at 2. Almost, I'm going to just call him Almost because I can. It does kind of piss me off that WWE shortened him again. This is Vince McMahon's infatuation with having short names. We've had Big E Langston become Big E. We've had Antonio Cesaro become Cesaro, which I think actually worked out in the end. Antonio was just nothing. We had Alexander Rusev just become Rusev. This, and of course AOP, Authors of Pain became AOP, and so on and so forth. Mysterio kicks, Andrade misses a drop kick. Mysterio springboards into a Rana. Andrade and Mysterio fall out of the ring, and Mysterio is still on Andrade. This was interesting because Mysterio springboards into a Hurricane Rana, but when Andrade Cien keeps on, he has him on his shoulders in a fireman's carry, and they fall out of the ring, and Andrade Cien lands on his knees, but was able to pick Mysterio up and still had him on his shoulders, flips him around, and hits a powerbomb on the floor. Great sequence. After we get back from break, Andrade hits the Meteora, Mysterio kicks out, and Mysterio sends Andrade into the turnbuckle. Mysterio goes up top, Andrade trips Mysterio, so he is caught on the second rope. Almost sets up a double stomp, but Mysterio pushes Andrade off the top rope. Mysterio dives off the top rope, and the Hurricane runs Andrade off the apron, which was absolutely beautiful, and I'm like, what can these guys do more? Andrade struggles to his feet, and Mysterio hits a top rope senton to the outside. Code red by Mysterio, Andrade Cien kicks out. Hurricane Rana by Mysterio, but Andrade Cien turns this into a sunset flip. Mysterio kicks out. Mysterio tries another Mexican destroyer, a Canadian destroyer, whatever, but Andrade reverses that into a Tijuana slam. Tijuana slam. Mysterio kicks out. Andrade tries for the powerbomb Mysterio, but Mysterio turns that into the Mexican destroyer. So for 2 weeks in a row, Mysterio has been able to hit the Canadian, the Canadian destroyer, and plant Andrade Cien on his head again. First off, power drivers have been banned in WWE, minus the Tombstone for Kane and The Undertaker. So the fact that we're able to see a destroyer, Mexican, Canadian, whatever you want to call it, in these matches is something that it's like, what? It adds to the match, but it's like, I honestly don't see him doing this with anybody else. This just seems like this is something he would do with Andrade Cien. Almost kicks out. Mysterio tries another 619, but Almost catches Mysterio in a fireman's carry. Mysterio turns this into a crucifix powerbomb, which I'm like, holy shit, these guys are just, this match is on fire. You get many "This is awesome" chants from the crowd in this match. This match was just amazing. Mysterio tries to go up top, but Vega gets to the apron. Mysterio's almost cuts Mysterio off. He hits the rope hang version of the hammerlock DDT for the 1, 2, 3. Andrade Cien, or just Andrade now, is your winner. Everything that I just said does not do this match justice. I'm hoping that Mysterio can win the United States Championship at either Elimination Chamber or Fastlane, and take this into the Wrestlemania, and Andrade Cien, or Andrade, whatever you want to call him, will win his first championship on the main roster and get his WrestleMania moment. With this type of match, these two put on probably going to be the best match. It is the best match of the week for the main roster, and will probably be the best match on SmackDown Live for a very long time. This is the best match I've seen on SmackDown, probably since Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar in that excellent Iron Man match. This was a good match. And the rest of the show was Shane. Well, we did earlier in the night, Jimmy Uso got a box for another Valentine's Day. Jimmy and Jay thought it was going to be something from Naomi, and what was on the quote unquote card was like WWE is trying to push Attitude Era Light, because we had it say, I have been very naughty and I need you to lock me up in the Uso Penitentiary. And I'm thinking, this is not PG right here at all, what was just said. WWE is petrified of AEW. WWE wants to give you matches like Andrade and Rey Mysterio. Everything after this match was absolutely irrelevant. But after this match, we had Jimmy go to the hotel room, and Mandy Rose was in black lingerie. I skipped this thing, and then next thing you know, Naomi's in there, those two are brawling, and Mandy Rose gets the better of it, and that was that. And then we had The Miz celebrate Shane McMahon's birthday. The only thing that I have to say about this is I want those kicks. Those Jordan 33s, which could put you back $175 that Shane got from Miz. I would love to have those kicks, because those things were badass looking. Other than that, did not care. Bar came out, and as they were singing Happy Birthday, Bar came out. Shane McMahon made a match between Miz and Shane McMahon and Sheamus. Miz wins in a 5-minute match that nobody really cared about. After the match, Sheamus got beat down by both Miz and Shane, put into the corner, and then gets kicked into him from a coast to coast as they raise up the World Cup trophy, which I wish would be burned and melted down and made into a chain link, like Kama did to The Undertaker's urn back in the 90s. And that was SmackDown Live. There was nothing else. What I'm seeing with this new era, of course, as well, with SmackDown Live, is that the only thing that has really changed is the fact that Paige is no longer general manager. Shane still runs SmackDown Live. I mean, we've seen Vince twice. He had AJ Styles. AJ Styles leveled him, and the very next week it was like the real AJ Styles thing with him. But Shane has been on SmackDown and still runs SmackDown as if nothing has changed, whereas Raw has been flip-flop between Vince McMahon and Triple H. So, very, very piss poor episode of SmackDown Live. I will say, though, that match between Rey Mysterio and Andrade I want to see more. I want to see a 10+ more minute longer match. It was absolutely amazing. It definitely could be that could have been a pay-per-view opener, and I would have been like, wow, those two put on a hell of a match. It's definitely the best match we've seen from SmackDown, probably in a while. But it's definitely something great. I did like the viciousness of Samoa Joe on Mustafa Ali. And it sucks because Mustafa Ali has been made a permanent member of SmackDown, and before they made the whole AJ Styles Daniel Bryan match again, there was talk about everyone expecting to see Mustafa Ali, who pinned Daniel Bryan in a match on SmackDown, would hopefully get on the week before Christmas edition of SmackDown. The last live edition of 2018, we all expect maybe we could see Daniel Bryan get Mustafa Ali get a match against Daniel Bryan, but that didn't happen. And now, who knows what's happened with Mustafa Ali? Maybe him hitting Daniel Bryan with his knee on his finisher kind of screwed him over. Who knows? But it was definitely a viciousness, and I like the fact that he got vicious by destroying Mustafa Ali, and you get to see that Samoa Joe, and this is going to be his first Rumble in 2019. He's been on the main roster since after the Royal Rumble 2 years ago, 2017, and this is his first Rumble. Of course, he was injured last year. So hopefully this guy can stay healthy, and we will see him at WrestleMania this year in a prominent match, not the Battle Royal, because I think that's just a crying shame for somebody who is so good to be set down to the Battle Royal. But that is SmackDown Live. There really was not much at all other than a 20-minute match that if you have not seen it and you're like, oh, I'm just getting home from work, I gotta watch this, I gotta go watch SmackDown, skip all the way up until about 9 o'clock because then you get 20 minutes of just pure great match. And I'm really hoping this isn't the last we see of Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas or just Andrade. As long as it's not, we'll see it at the Rumble, we'll see it at Fastlane in the Elimination Chamber. Let these two, Rey Mysterio win the United States Champion from either Rusev or Shinsuke Nakamura, which that match was also made for the Royal Rumble. So, I guess getting a rematch that, like, the automatic rematch clauses are antiquated or destroyed or gone or whatever, but all you have to do is just beat down the champion a couple times to get a rematch. So, Rusev and Nakamura at the Royal Rumble, and whoever wins that match hopefully will drop the title to Rey Mysterio at Fastlane or the Elimination Chamber, and then we would see Andrade Cien Almas become the number one contender for WrestleMania, and we would get Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas, I believe they're 1-1. I believe they're 1-1. I think Rey Mysterio faced him already and beat him. So in one-on-one action, I believe they're 1-1. I could be wrong. And then we would see these guys again at WrestleMania for the United States Championship because they're not going to be in the WWE Championship picture. And then Andrade Cien Almas gets his first WrestleMania of hopefully many WrestleMania moments by winning the United States Championship in the match of the night. Because I honestly think if these two were given 30 minutes, they could have probably blown the rest. If they were given 30 minutes and they weren't handcuffed, and they could have match like they had on SmackDown, but better, I could see them having match of the night at WrestleMania, and it would be awesome. But that is going to be your SmackDown Live review. I would love to talk about it a little bit more, but there's not much else here. I picked the bones of whatever was left. One great match, and that was that. But make sure to follow me on Twitter at TheFronts. Follow me on twitch.tv/TheFront08. There will be no NXT review tomorrow night. I'm going to be out of the house. I will be here Thursday sometime for NXT review. I will see you guys then, and then Unscripted on Saturday. Until then, my name is TheFronts. You guys have a good one, and thank you to everybody who made my Raw review the best Raw review I think I've had in a while. But until then, I'm getting out of here. You guys have a good one.